everyone, Isabel here. Today I want to talk about a topic that may be of interest to you and that you may experience in some areas of your life where you see a discrepancy between how you behave in your personality somewhere, some area, and a totally different one in another area. And that may create some dissatisfaction like it did with mine. So I will talk a little bit about my own experience with that and how I was able to solve some of these issues, and hopefully you can relate. And maybe that will trigger some questions for you. So a couple of years ago, I really did an exercise for myself that was comparing my behavior in the professional setting at work and in my personal life, because I realized that there are a lot of things I felt like I was doing great at work and I wasn't able to apply them so well in my personal life. So, for example, I was able to deal very well with nuances and gray areas at work. I was able to make a lot of compromises, build win-win situations with my stakeholders and partners and colleagues. And that was something that was fairly easy to do. I was able to navigate very muddy waters. In my personal life, it was a little bit difficult because I felt a lot of emotional struggle when I don't know where I stand with somebody else, friendship, relationships. Obviously, feelings are not always black and white. And for some reason, there was a big difference where I felt like I needed more black and white, and really very different from the comfort I had at work with, like I said, navigating the muddy waters. Another example was difficult. It was actually easy at work to have difficult conversations, maybe because I felt like the stakes were different. And I was trying to ask myself, why would that be? But I was using very effective methods in leading difficult conversations, using appreciative inquiry or whatever it is, in a meeting or in a one-on-one conversation. On the flip side, in my personal life, I was very scared about, talking about my feelings or even asking questions, which I do a lot at work, because I think I was afraid of not hearing what I wanted to hear, right? And it was more comfortable for me to live in my dream or make my own story of what I thought was happening, and very different again than I would be doing at work. Third example is I was feeling like it's easy to trust my colleagues at work because they are paid to do their job, they have a commitment, and they are being held accountable for it. So there's some kind of a pressure to do your job or perform following the expectations that are there for you in your company or organization. Well, in life, I've have a lot of friends come in and go, and some of them that ended up, not keeping their words, or it was much harder for me to build trust in my personal life because I felt like people were not held to the same accountability. And I did have fear that, again, there was nothing really keeping them for like their commitment. And talking about communication, I felt like I was communicating very eloquently at work, face-to-face, via email, very concise, very deliberate in my communication. While in my personal life, I sometimes get, very scared reading between the lines in email or text, or always questioning things, or and maybe myself not being very clear in the way I express myself. As far as decision-making and risk, the last topic of all, at work, I feel like I was really following a process that was look at data, find a rationale, and then make your decisions based on that, right? Well, in life, because I felt like a lot of the decisions I may make, the impact may be much bigger or more personal. And so it was hard for me to think about it the same way. And so related to risk, right? In my professional life, I felt like I've never been too risk averse. I like taking risks. I'm not afraid of big decisions and change. Personally, it's much more difficult because it may impact people you love, and that the attachment is there. It's very different. So where am I going with this? So I was finding myself in this situation, and I really thought, well, how can I solve this? Or how can I get better at this? And that's why I'm coaching today about applying things you learn at work or what I have learned in the professional setting in other areas of life, because I was able eventually to use similar methodology that I've used in the corporate setting in my personal life to solve some of these issues I mentioned today on the video. So to learn more about that and understand some of the tools that you could have access to as well if you find yourself in the same situation, if you know, some of the things may be basic, some of this may be tools that you may not have seen before and that I was able to use, at least in the professional setting, apply in my personal life. And that helped me get a more holistic approach and feel more comfortable with my behavior in different areas of life. So I hope this is helpful. Again, I'm happy to have a chat with you. Go to my website, isabellebart.com and holisticextra.com. Schedule a consultation. I'd love to chat with you. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon.